Okay. All right. Full screen, everybody. Full screen. Full screen. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Am I on twice? I can't tell. Seems all good, according to Kermit. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, Kermit. No. What does no mean? What does no mean? Yeah, I'll know. I'll know in a second. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, for coming in here. It's now 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. Is Money Problems Online? I don't know. This thing, it is. Okay, so we're not on twice. Okay, good. So if there's an echo, let me know. If you can't see me, let me know. Look at my hair, looks horrible. If you can't hear me, let me know. I'm crumbling. I'm demonetized. I'm demoralized. I am demonstrably. I forgot what the other thing is. I don't know. I just don't feel. I don't feel that great yesterday. Thank you very much, Claire. Blackadder, all perfect so far. So don't worry. Okay, we did a good job. The picture wasn't coming out on the YouTube thing. Shanks roast beef did a fantastic thing. I've got to speak to him. But it's basically fantastic. It's fantastic. Anyway, I'm not on GB News. Brian Mansfield. Hello, Brian Mansfield. That's a new name in this thing. No, I am not on GB News. I have not been. I was called, but I wasn't called. Are we delayed? It looks like we're delayed about 10 seconds on the live stream. I guess that's to be expected. All right. So thank you. Did we chat before? When did we chat before, Brian? You look familiar. Read first message. Okay, I'm not on GB News. Hello, Joe. No one is crumbling. Well, this guy's crumbling. I went out last night after the show, which I thought yesterday was like horrific. It was horrific. I don't feel that way today. I was a little bit afraid at the start of the show. There's something about Streamlabs which is not quite right. There's something about it. Everybody welcome Brian Mansfield. Where is Brian Mansfield from? Is he from Mansfield? I actually know where that is. I know where all the places in Britain are. Anyway, so thank you very much for coming. Steve Cuff is here. I went out last night, and I went to get some spare ribs because this is what happens. I'm feeling rich. Hello, Marianne. Good to see you. He said he met you at Pinewood. Oh, okay. Hello. Okay, bro. You're the Brian from Pinewood, from the acting thing. Well, good to see you. That was a long time ago. We chatted about monochrome set before. What is monochrome set? I don't remember. Maybe I'm forgetting everything. All right. Well, thank you very much, Brian. Anyway, so I went out last night, and I went to order some... the new wave band. I don't think we ever did monochrome set. Maybe we did. I like new wave music. I like punk music. That's my era, you know. I was young back then. Anyway, so we could talk about that. You could tell me all about it, but write what you think about it. Okay, I met him at Pinewood. Pinewood is the studio. That's where they filmed the James Bond things. Well, there's a positive, Lewis. At least they called you up for a standby, so you're not persona non grata. Well, who knows? They haven't called me in weeks or months. Anyway, so spare ribs. I don't have enough spare ribs. I went down to the shop, the Chinese food shop right at the base of the hill down there in Peckham, and I ordered a pair, and I found out that a small is £6.80 and a large is £7.30. So for 50 pence more, you get one extra spare rib. So I had 5 spare ribs. Well, I ordered it. And then I went next door to the pizza place, Voodoo Ray's. It's not the best. It's like a New York style. Low key. Yes, low key. Oh, that's right. Okay, so welcome on to Lewis Schaffer, Marvel, low key. I was in low key. I was actually had a thing in Loki in the and that was fantastic. That was fantastic. That was what's his name? He said hello to everybody on the set. It was one of the best. It was one of the best filming experiences I've ever been on. Is Loki. That was could have been 2 years ago. Could it have been 2 years ago, Brian? Anyway, so I went to the pizza place and had a slice of pizza, and I felt dirty. But I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk home. I'm going to do 10,000 steps. I didn't have any lines, no, but I was there. I could see that I was there. I don't know if they filmed me. I never get in these filming things. You know, I don't know. There's something the matter with me. I hate to say it. There's something the matter with me. Did you see me on the set there? Because the set had like famous people in it. Thank you, Brian. And I said I'm going to walk home. But on the way walking home, I stopped off and I had another ice cream. I had an Oreo ice cream. Okay, that was bad. And then I stopped at the next shop and I got two beautiful President plums. So anybody knows what President's plum is. And that was really good. In the background, yeah, okay, I was there. Is that going to help me get LAID? I don't think so. Okay. Russia has just stated that NATO and the EU have declared war on Russia. There's no point in worrying about carbs anymore, says Stuart. Thank you. Welcome to the show, Stuart. Good to see you again. There's no point. Maybe you're right. We're all going to die. We're all going to die. But I want to die thin and beautiful. And then I went home, and my son had gotten somewhere, I think from his work possibly, where he was given a melon, and I had half a melon, and I ate it all. Oh no! I stopped off along the way to Tesco's and bought a yo sushi, which is that Chinese California roll sushi with something on the inside. It's mostly rice. President's plum. That's what I think what they're called. President's plum. I think that's what they're called. Hello, Ruben. World War III, but after you get lots of new comedians. Yeah, that could be a benefit of the whole thing. Anyway, no, it's not a Maloney, it's a melon. And I had half a melon, and I had one of those packs of, it's not quite sushi because it's cooked on the inside, but there's rice on the outside. It's so delicious. So I ate that. Don't be impressed, Joe. I ate 3,000 calories. I never have 3,000 calories. And when I woke up this morning, I weighed 80 grams. So I've gone from 76 grams 4 days ago, if you remember correctly, to 79.9 kilograms today. I'm saying 79.9. Okay. Steve Ignorant lived down the road from my nan in Dagenham many years ago. Was he in the band? Was he in that band? I love melons and peaches. Yes, I think that's a joke, Steve Cuff, but I do appreciate that. Anyway, so I woke up this morning, 79. So I've gained 3 kilograms, which is 7 pounds. I'm not a charlatan because I knew what I was doing was wrong, but the show yesterday was so depressing for me. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. It was our 106th show. I think we're at 107th today. I believe so. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm not even sure myself. I didn't write it down on a piece of paper today. I think today is 106. We're at 106 shows. Okay. Blood is here. Good to see you. Led says he had a vice president plum. Those are the nice plums. They're almost like natural plums, like the kind you'd get out in the field. They're not round. They're kind of long. Right. So when I gained weight and I look horrible and I've been very, very grumpy. You must need, yes, get some oats in you. And then I came home and I had a little sprinkle of oats. This is something so old school. I had a sprinkle of oats in some Greek yogurt, maybe 100 and something calories. And that's not good to have. So I wake up today and I am at. Something is wrong. What is this show? Is this show the 106th show? We'll talk to Joodles in a second. Is today the 25th of September? I'm not sure. It's the 25th of September. If it's the 25th of September, this is the 107th show. This is how it always happens. It's the 25th. It's the 107th show. I've got to edit the video right now. Let me edit the video. But I had it with a teaspoon of sugar. A teaspoon of sugar. It's 107th show. This show has gone on and on and on and on. Big thanks to Shanks Roast Beef for designing the whatchamacallit, the thumbnail. Big thank you for that. So we're now at 107th show. So I gained about 35. Wow, we're doing really well. So I gained about a kilo. So I've gained 3 and a bit kilos, which is about 7 to 8 pounds in 4 or 5 days. And I feel dirty. I think we should be up to 108. Are we up to 108? Are we up to 108? With 2 numbers ahead, September 25th, 2025. We're up to that. So I've gained weight. I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud because I know we need to be have a massive poo and you'll lose that kilo in no time. That is not true. That is a bit true, but it's not completely true. It's still, I lose about 300 grams. 300 grams. How is this thing? Does that can you see the fluttering? Maybe can you see the fluttering on that side of the light? No, 107, that's right. Too many duplicate streams in the list. 107, yeah, that's where I am on now. Because it's 25 means it's 107. 26 means it's 108. Okay? Thank you, Kermit. That's right. Too many duplicate streams in the list. Brian Mann says, it's just LED screen. Is it a bad screen? Anyway, what did Joodles come in and say? I did not read what she had to say. Daz is here too, and Alan Williams. We got a small peach tree at home in the pot. They taste so different than the shop ones. Yeah, well, that's what I used to do, was go into Peckham Rye Park and walk along the way here. And now there are thousands of, not thousands, but there used to be no plum trees. There used to be one plum tree in my garden here, but the big garden. The landlady came around, Kermit, and I missed it. I watched your back, though. Your comments, too. I don't know what she's talking about. Maybe she can explain it to everybody. Good to see you, Joodles. If you want to lose weight, Lewis, I've heard about this new low-carb thing. It's supposed to be very good. Write it down. Low-carb. Very funny, Lud. I'm on a low-carb thing. If I hadn't eaten the carbs, if I had stopped with the, if I hadn't eaten the sushi, which I don't care what they say is high carb, if I hadn't eaten the pizza, which was high carbs, if I hadn't eaten the half of melon, which was high carbs, I would have been all right. I would have been all right. Flicker, ignore it. You're like Joan Rivers. What does that mean, Brian, that I'm like Joan Rivers? Thank you very much. S. Simpson, hello, says hello to everybody. Oh, my God, we got some good numbers here. Fast. Eat kosher. Are you fasting? Today is not a fast day. Isn't it a fast day? I don't know, when is the fast day? I should follow the fast day. When is Yom Kippur? When is Yom the 1st of October? So that's about 6 days from now. What about conference pairs? What are they in conference about? Are they plotting against the apples? Says Kermit. Okay, good joke there. Good joke, basically. I mean, I read something really, really sad today. That Bacon guy, who's the Bacon? The guy on the radio or the TV. What's his name? Bacon. Richard Bacon? He's saying that Israel killed 60,000 people in Gaza, and including 20,000 babies or children, young children, 20,000 of them. And it was, you know what? If you want to believe that, of course you want to believe it. You know what it is? That's the thing about people. You want to be in, you don't even realize, you know, they've got, today is the fast of Gedalia. What, I never even heard of that until I moved here. You know, just the ridiculousness. Richard Bacon saying that the Jews are, they're not. They should. I'm not saying they should. I'm not saying they should. I'm not saying they should. But they're not. They're not. And these are the biggest liars in the world. Nothing personal. They invented terrorism. What is their major accomplishment? Blowing up things. That's what they invented. Richard Bacon is known for the marching powder. What does that mean? I'm not against anybody who is that a DRUG, Kermit? Regardless of the bloodshed, let's not pretend the Arabs would have been any kinder. They went into the festival and killed 1,200 people. I mean, that is extreme when you go in and just start killing people. And that's what they're doing, and that's what they're going to do. We're not going to discuss it. We're going to be happy. Should we discuss that? Should we discuss that, Blackadder? I don't think we should. I don't think we should. You want to believe it? You know what? Not you. I don't know who believes it. But it's so easy. There's so much lying going on about pharmaceuticals, about climate change, about the Palestinians. You know, I feel bad for them. They lost their country, kind of. But there's more of them now than there's ever been. One day, there'll be an AI bot that scans all of your shows. It generates Z-listers to do voice pops. Then you'll be famous. What does that mean exactly? What does that mean? Alan Williams. Dad's Blackadder. That's true. The same with everything else, like slavery in reverse. It would have been much worse. Of course it would have been. And it's like the British people are being blamed for slavery when it was the British people that spent billions of dollars to end slavery in this country. You know, I mean, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Anyway, Steve Cuff says, amazing how they can announce stuff when they're on a recess. Makes it difficult to question the effers. The effers, says Steve Cuff. What did they announce? Yeah, Brian Mansfield. Egypt don't want him. Yeah. But some English TWA. I don't know if I can use that word. I'm not an observant Jew. I'm hungry because I'm STONEE. You got the munchies. Can we be serious? They are lying about digital IDs. Blair and his focus group claiming most people are in favor. BBB put up a poll and it was 96% no. Well, possibly. You know, I see those polls and I take part in those polls. But those polls are they asking left-wing people whether they want digital ID, Kermit? And I'm a big fan of BBD, whatever his name is, Black Belt Barrister. Yeah, this is the labor conference tomorrow, says Joodles. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that. Hey ho, thanks, Joodles. Heard it is really happening. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And how is it supposed to stop the boats? They don't care about the boats. What they want to do is they want a police state because people don't want them. And you have to have a police state if your democracy is not working for you, and it's not working for labor. Is it working for labor? I'm not sure it is. It will take years to implement, Kerry Joodles, and should have to pass the House. Do you want to know something? The House. What House? The House of Parliament? I mean, the House of Commons or the House of Lords? I mean, they can make it happen. Lewis, the most important thing is going on in LA right now because Lock Renzo from 20 Rolling Crips dissed Big Dresta from Pira Bloods, and there will be a big street war. Okay. I mean, Yeah, well, I mean, you feel bad for LA. You feel bad for those people living there. You feel bad that, what's his name, could be running for president. And he might even get elected. Who knows? Kerry Macca says, well, hopefully there are sane people who will vote against it. Yes, you think there will be, but you look at the numbers, and the numbers aren't good enough. They need to be overwhelming. They claim that digital IDs are harder to fake than passports. Okay, so what do you need to get one? A passport. They want to tie you up. They want people to be afraid. They want you to be afraid of their government. They want you to be afraid of Keir Starmer. Nobody coming here needs a passport. Hi-ho. That's what Hi-ho said. He said about you need a passport. And Steve Cuff to Hi-ho says nobody coming here needs a passport. So how are they going to get a digital ID? They throw the passports in the ocean and they say, I forgot where I live. I don't know how they get in here. They let me into this country, and I think that was a mistake. But Judel says exactly, Steve. Let anybody come in. Let anybody come into the country. Am I based? I don't know if I'm based, but I think the country. I mean, this is what happened yesterday. I was so depressed. I was like, that's why I ate. I just thought I'm going to eat one night, but you eat and you wake up in the morning and it's not the same. MC Scott is back. Don't worry, MC. We're happy to have you. Donna Aylesbury is here. Facial recognition. That's what's coming next in all the supermarkets already. We don't need facial recognition. We know who the criminals are. You don't need to, it's that guy. No, he's committed a crime right in front of you. Civvy. Who is Civvy? Who is Civvy? You are most definitely based. Hi, Civvy. Who are you? Are you somebody we know, or are you somebody that we don't know? But we need an ID to get an ID, says Kermit. Yet the ID we need to get an ID can already be faked. Yes. Yeah, there'll be mass fakery going on. There'll be mass fakery. You go down to the passport office. Who are those people? It's ironic because today I actually filled out my USA passport renewal. I didn't go in there. I'm going to go in there. I can't go in there tomorrow. I might be, if I wake up early, I could go in there tomorrow. I'll have to see what's happening tomorrow. I don't want to miss this show ever. Fecal recognition soon. Yeah, they'll look at your poo. Who is Civvy? Where are you from? Are you fat? Are you fat? I'm in the Discord as Addiction, though. Okay, well, say hello. Where are you from? I'll ask you again. Where are you from? Are you fat? I also saw an earlier article that an Afghanistan migrant came off the boats and claimed he couldn't go back or he would be killed, and he was caught on holiday back in his homeland. Yeah, people lie, and they lie to the English, and the English are not even embarrassed by this thing, the left, because they're liars. They're saying, of course, lie. Let's teach you how to lie. Let's teach you how to lie. Remember your woman, Steve, who used to S-H-I-T in a dish. Gillian Keith. Did she die? Was that your woman, Steve? A holiday for several weeks, and then they're giving £2,000. I'm in Wales, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. Are you fat? Let's answer all the questions and we'll be done with that. I don't care, really. Morrison's randomly have thousands of camera scanners in the shop now. So they scanning shelves to make sure they're not empty. I remember when I came to this country for the first time, I had a bag stolen in Heathrow Airport. A bag stolen. And they couldn't do anything about it. So they said they couldn't do anything about it. That was at Heathrow. And if you can't find a stolen bag in Heathrow, I mean, where can you find a stolen bag? I'm getting a bit depressed, Lud says. Lewis, right now where is the Black Forest Ghetto? Not a big fan of it, but I would eat it. I would eat it. Anyway, what WTF, Alan? This really is the stuff of the devil. Let's see what I missed something up there. What did Alan say? Alan? Okay, Alan Williams says he wanted digital ID 20 years ago, but it didn't come. Didn't come. Claire says, hi, Civvy. Good to see you. We don't need digital ID. We have national insurance numbers. That's enough. No, they want, maybe you're right. They want to tie us into everything. Give us, they want to take stuff away. I would assume, Darklands. Good to see you. Good to see Darklands here. Kerry Macca. Good to see you. Steve Cuff. Good to see you. Round of applause. Wales, God's country. Well, I used to believe in Wales a lot. And God, a lot there. Thank you. I'm not fat. Well, how much do you weigh? Okay. No one wants to answer the question. You can just write an extra line. Say, I'm 5'10" and I weigh this. If everyone stopped using junk food delivery, the boats would stop, says Brian Mansfield. That could be true, Brian Mansfield. I mean, they've been brought in the country to feed the need for jobs for this, and then they'd have to pay regular people more money, and then the whole country would get richer. You're 6'2", 180 pounds, Civvy. All right, that sounds almost reasonable. That's 13, 14 stone. 180 pounds. That's similar to what I weigh, and I'm 5'10". So I'm going to have to say good on you. I mean, I was that. You missed it. I gained a kilo. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Black Forest Gâteau. It's too dark. I like a walnut cake. I like a pecan cake. I like a rum cake. I like those kind of cakes. Blackadder is here. They certainly run out of money. The traffickers, I mean. The ones doing deliveries get paid pennies anyway. Well, maybe they should get paid more. Maybe make it even more expensive. Maybe we all should not. I never call takeouts. It always takes too long. You got to wait there 45 minutes. I don't do that. How does it secure borders, Alan, when the boat people have no ID? This is Joodles. Joodles is very sensible. Gotta be strawberry cheesecake. Also, that's amazing, Civvy, strawberry cheesecake, but I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to eat strawberry cheesecake, but I love cheesecake and I love strawberries, and so I have to agree with Civvy. That stuff is amazing. Rianne is back. Rianne comes from Wales. You eat cake. That should be a question mark. No, I'm a bad boy. You missed the beginning part of the show. I was very bored. I was very bad. Rianne, I was very bad. And Brian says, I never have food delivered. Okay. It's the lefty middle class. Of course it is. The lefty upper middle class. They're so arrogant. They think they're better than everybody. It's better than everybody. And they're not. They're not. They don't care about the working class. Labor does not care about the working class. How you could vote for labor and be in the quote-unquote working class. Not that I believe in that stuff, but how do you? Donna Aylesbury says, no, Alan, we have border force, Navy, and any numbers of things to secure our borders, but anyone can come in and use the ECHR to stay here. So do you think digital ID is going to do what? No, we could stop them from coming. Carrot cake is also yummy. That's not even a cake. That's a vegetable to me. Carrot cake. It's delicious, though. It's a delicious. Strawberry cheesecake is cheaper to buy than it is to make nowadays. Possibly true. I don't know. Thank you, Russ. Hello to you. All Digi-IDs will do is tie someone to a card once they get here. But it's not necessarily the person they actually are. It's no different than now. They'll tie them to a card. It's not even a card. It's an app. It's an app. Well, why do they care so much about it? Because they believe in a police state. You hate to say it. I shouldn't say bad things about labor, but they believe in a police state, Kermit. Yes, Donna, even Trump said, use your armies and your navies and stop the boats. It would also give them good training, I believe. Yeah, Kerry Mackus, use the Navy. We got a good Navy, or we had a good Navy. We had a good Navy, but they don't want to do it because they're lying. They're lying. They're lying. Are they not lying? I'll be back in a second. I have a piece of beef on the counter that I cooked, and I cooked it. I shouldn't have admitted I cooked it, but it was sitting in the refrigerator for 2 days. I never met one single person who wants digital ID ever. I no one ever discussed it. No one ever said, when are they going to get this digital ID thing in? When? It's Keir Starmer's people. Everybody, Keir Starmer. He's not even Keir Starmer. It's like, who does Keir Starmer represent? Who does he represent? I'll be back in a second. Talk amongst yourselves. The Navy, says Blackadder, is a shadow of what it once was. But even then, they won't do nothing because the heads get paid handsomely to much about. We have more admirals than naval missions out on the seas. What does that mean? More admirals. Hold on a second. I'm getting my eyeglass. This program has basically killed my career. It's killed me because you're seeing me wearing glasses, and I'm just lecturing people on eyeglasses. Anyway, I need to buy a separate phone with nothing on it, no pictures or texts, just digital ID app. Otherwise, it'll scan my entire phone. Daz says, "Is that the way to handle this? Is that how you get around this digital ID? I gotta delete all the things that have been sent to me by beautiful women out there. I'm gonna delete this. I don't want to, but I'm going to. I'm gonna delete all the stuff that's been sent to me. That's what Daz says to do, and I think I'm gonna have to do it. I don't want to because it's memories. There are beautiful women out there sending me songs. I never listen to anybody's songs because they send it to me. If they send it to me on YouTube, I might be able to listen to it. But they send it to me on Spotify. Look at me in glasses. I look horrible. I like clear glasses. Lewis, as an old age pensioner, do you worry about digital technology? Well, when you're old, you worry about everything. I mean, I shouldn't worry about anything, but I worry about everything, Ruben. Don't you? Why would they change to that though, Alan? The English Channel is already the biggest ID dump in the world. Okay? That's what Judel says. No ID means no entry. They can all go back. Yes. Yeah, but that's what you're being reasonable, Alan. No, they want people to come to this country. They want people to come in like they did in America. And then they're saying the same thing. Oh, we can't do anything about it. Well, Donald Trump did something about it. He's the greatest president America has ever had. The greatest president. I hope I'm not being too much. I'm like too much. This show is killing my career. It has totally killed my career. It's basically exposed what I am, which is not much. Okay, Lewis, you look like the hottest news reader ever. With the glasses. Do you like the glasses? Thank you very much, Claire C. Saying that. That's really nice. But Claire always says nice things to me, and I hope to be nice. Yeah, Makeshift 101 is in the house. Thank you very much. We're up to 36. So we're doing really well. Let's see how we're doing over here. I don't want to complain about my comedy career or whatever. Don't look there. My comedy career, but I'm not doing that well. I'm not doing that well emotionally. I mean, maybe it's just it's a question of how much I've exposed people to me. You know, how much 41 people watching. That's brilliant. That's really brilliant. Okay. So thank you very, very much for watching. That's the only bright part. I mean, it's not super bright. I was hoping I'd have 1 million people. I'd hope it'd be monetized. Instead of being monetized, I've been demoralized. And what's the other word I've been? Anyway, you are too real, Rianne. I don't even think I'm too real, even. I don't feel like I'm looking at myself. I'm saying, what an absolute phony I am. But thank you, Rian. Am I too real? I don't know. I'm just going to start walking around with a confused look on my face. In Curry's, might get a free tablet. Would they give you why would you get a free tablet at Curry's? Kermit, Alan Williams is talking to Kermit. He says, I didn't say they should be given one. I said they should just go back if they don't have it. Yes, of course they should. They should go, even if they have ID. They should not be allowed in the country because they're our enemy. We're letting in Nazis into the country. You could always be a comedian at Speaker's Corners. No such thing. No. So I was Speaker Corners the other day. It was really scary. It was absolutely scary. It's not a free speech. It's filled with people who hate us. You know, Don Aylesby says, come on, Alan. Let's get real. Let's get real, Alan. That's what we need to do. Am I too real? Rian says I'm real. I don't feel that real. I mean, Donna says we have a border force, the Navy, and any number of things to secure our borders. But they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. They are not doing anything. They're not doing anything. We got to tell people they're not doing anything. We got to get upset. The most important thing we can do, is we have to be physically strong. I'm putting my glasses back on because I'm reading the screen. I can read without it. It's just a bit. The problem is with reading, you've got to train your eyes. You got to look in the distance. You got to look up close, in the distance, up close. That's how you fix your eyes. Thank you very much, Brian. I'd be good at get me out of. No, I don't think I would be. Maybe I would be. Maybe people would laugh at me. Maybe they would say I'm a horrible person. I mean, most people that meet me, I don't know. I'm not as great a guy as I used to be. It's a border farce, says Daz. Yeah. They're lying. They're lying. The left lie. The left lie. Can I say this? This is not my country. My kids come from here, but this is not my country. Everybody, go to, hold on a second. Go to Discord. Can we go to Discord? Where is the Discord thing? Everybody, go to Discord. Can we please like this thing? Can we get up to 40? Can everybody who's here, if you're listening, you have to like it. You have to. You have to like it. Do you not have to like it? Come and join the Discord page. Invite people. I don't know how to even do this anymore. I'm going to try to go down here. Don't go anywhere. And I'm going to pull this thing up. Here, this could be the Discord thing. Okay. Let me go here. Here we go. Have you done it? What did you do? Oh, okay, good. There we go. There we go. That's the Discord. So it's a different number than my number. Let's see what my thing says. Does my thing let you in? My invite is invalid. Why is my invite invalid? I'm going to do your invite. There you go. Okay, we're going to put you back here. I'm going to put this in while we're talking like this. I don't know what to tell you with the with what's going on in this country. I don't know. People should be absolutely screaming. Is that it? They should be absolutely screaming. They should not. Every time Keir Starmer is it? I mean, I'm sowing discord. No one listens to me. Remember what this show is. This show is comedy. Okay? I'm going to change this here. I'm going to write satirical comedy stream. So you all have it, okay? So we all know what we're doing. Okay, we're going to go back here. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. Who was absolutely totally right? The MC Scott. I can't believe my phone is going to be my ID. Is that a joke you're making? Because people's phones are like their ID. They put their credit cards on it. You lose your phone, you're screwed. Thank you for shining that truth out. Who are you saying thank you to? Alex is here too. MC Scott, you are. Okay, well, thank you. I don't know what truth I'm saying. It's not for me to say, it's for you to say. I'm just all upset. I'm really upset. And maybe that's what they're going to do with dogs and cats. Have that ID. Do you have to have that ID? What digital ID will do to save the coppers loads of time trying to figure out who actually sent that tweet, Joodles? That's exactly right. Joodles is very sensible. You know, won't even have to knock on the door. They're going to say, "Oh, there you go. That's your number. That's you were there at that time. We've been tracking you." It's like what's happening in China. I mean, it can't last forever because once the immigrants take over, okay, Lewis should go on Big Brother. Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe it could be quite interesting. Someone is going to maybe take a chance anyway. But yeah, once England is totally destroyed, okay, whenever that means, is that there won't be a company that'll be able to produce this stuff because it'll be gone. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not saying that directly, but do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying the reason we can do that in this now is because of the United States of America. The police are, on the whole, complicit, Civi says. I mean, are they? It seems like they are to me. Complicit, that's a very dangerous word. Is that a dangerous word, Civi? Are they complicit? Social credit score, says Kermit. He's a bright guy, this guy, Kermit. That sounded like Trump. He's a bright guy. He's a bright guy. Social credit score. Sorry you don't agree with the narrative, so your mortgage has been refused. Yeah, it's like me. I'm demonetized here. No money is coming in. So this is all, it's not necessarily for fun. We've had a few people go to Coffee, and you can make a one-time contribution at Coffee, KO-FI, okay? Buy me a coffee at Coffee. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Kermit. Do you see that? Buy me a coffee, or you can go to Patreon, Lewis Schaffer, or paypal.me/Lewis Schaffer. Like and subscribe. I don't know what the best thing is. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. We got 41 people here who care. And then eventually there'll be 250 people who care in the whole thing. In the whole thing, basically. What we will have, we're basically averaging 250 people, which is quite amazing that 250 people are listening to this. I don't want to be too negative. I want to say this is the best show ever. It felt horrible last night. Let's see what happened here. Home, live. I'm trying to see how many people watch the thing. I don't know where this is. All. I've lost it. I've lost my brains. Okay, so what do we want to discuss today? Because I actually came prepared to discuss something. Okay? And to discuss something. Okay. Yes. Yes. Oh my God, payday. There we go. So what I wanted to discuss, let me get back on track. I've lost my place. Let me just reread everything here. He's been media. Okay. Okay. Now we're bidding. Anybody know who this John Bolton guy is? Because I actually saw him speak. My son bought his stupid book, and I heard him speak. And what he said was treasonous. I thought maybe it's not. Maybe that's not the right word to call him treasonous. It's not. I apologize for calling him treasonous. He was not treasonous. I don't know. I'm afraid to call him treasonous. He's got a mustache. He's got gray hair. His father was a firefighter or something like that. So he's quote unquote working class. And he said, he was giving a speech, and he said, and I've mentioned this before, he said that the Russians may be suing for peace. And this was about a year and a half ago. And he said that was a really bad thing to sue for peace. To sue for peace. It was a really bad thing. He was like the head of the and Donald Trump tried to make him sound like a great guy because he looked like he would bring him to meetings, Donald Trump, and he looks like the kind of guy. This is this guy John Bolton who might push the button, who might try to get you to push the button. So people were afraid of John Bolton. He's not wet lettuce. He's a member of what made the Republican Party so bad. Why I didn't want to say that I wasn't a Republican, because he's a neocon, which is, we got the weapons, let's use the weapons. And he wanted Donald Trump to be a neocon. Yeah. Patreon.com. Let me see if that actually goes to patreon.com. I think you have to save it before you go on it. Okay. We're back on track. I've lost the show. I've lost the show. It was good. It was good for a while. I lost the show. The thing is, Putin is starting to look really good compared to this lot we have in charge now. I mean, he's fighting for Russia, which is fine. Fight for Russia. I mean, but they're trying to say that he's like a horrible person. This is a war. Wars are horrible. But that's not the point. The point is this: we pushed and pushed all the way to the Polish border, to the Ukraine border, to Latvia and Lithuania, and you have to remember something about Russia. It's a huge country. Can you see my hand? It's like a huge country. Let's say this is Crimea. Let's say this is Finland. Let's say this is Murmansk. Let's say this is Finland. Let's say this is the Black Sea. He has to defend all these ports. He can't even use his ships because they're going to be sunk. They're going to be sunk. So he's up against the wall, and this is just on the east or the west. What about on the east? He's got Sevastopol and whatever all the way on the east. He's got a tremendous hard time defending himself because they have no natural borders, basically. So he's got to have, and you can't, and this is my view of political analysis. Let's say you're up there in Murmansk, or Archangel, wherever his ships are, all the way in the Arctic. And let's say he's attacked down there by Finland, or down there by Crimea, or by the Black Sea. It's so hard to go from here to here. He's got to go all the way in and all the way out and all the way in. It's not easy. What was the U.S. equivalent to the Boris wave called? The Mexican wave. Is that what the Boris wave is? Let's get back on. We can talk about that. How do we know the media's even telling us the truth? You're correct, Lewis. We pushed too far. We pushed far too much. Boris Johnson Firestarter. What does that mean? Who pushed to against Boris or in favor of Boris? Putin is fighting for Russia. Starmer wouldn't fight for his own family. No, of course he isn't. He hates England. His own family are English, so he's basically screwing. He's basically selling the country down the river. This little finger went to market. Yeah, this is what's happening. It shows that you have a brain, common sense. Steve is talking to Claire. I love Claire. What is the equivalent? Okay. So I rang up British Telecom. I said, I want to report a nuisance phone call. They said, not you again. What does that mean? It means they knew that you were making the nuisance phone calls? Great visual elaboration that I found most useful. Well, you're picturing Russia. You're picturing Russia against Finland, against Poland, against Latvia, Lithuania, against Crimea, against the Ukraine. That's what the problem against the Black Sea. That's what the problem with Russia is. They've got to have 5 forces, and they don't make any money or enough money. Lucy comes in. Hello, Lucy. Putin is not fighting for Russia. He's an imperialist who has sent thousands of Russians to their death and is replacing them with Indians. Yeah, well, he's an imperialist fighting for Russian imperialism. How is that not imperialism? He's fighting for Russia and Russian imperialists. He's killing Russians because they're not having any kids, and we're not having any kids. Nobody's having kids. You know, who's having kids? We got to import kids to deliver our Just Eats and Deliveroo, which is really bad. Oh my God, I'm being too political. They're going to cancel me altogether. They're going to cancel me. I hope you look me down if they do cancel me. Any chance you can stop yelling, Lewis? Am I yelling? Claire says my hair looks great. That's all I need to know. When I was in college, I guess that doesn't mean American college. That means British college. We had a friend who worked part-time at directory inquiries. We'd get drunk and phone the free number from a kiosk and ask, is Sarah working? Is Sarah working? Is Sarah working? Is that the name of your friend? I'm too stupid to be holding political commentary. I can't be political. You have to be smart enough to be political. Imperialism is not nationalism. Yes, it is. It starts from a nationalistic point. European imperialism is French people wanting to take over the world, or German people wanting to take over the world. Russian imperialism, they renamed Soviet. English imperialism, they renamed that British imperialism. American imperialism is called American imperialism. That's what makes America the greatest country in the world. Is this backfiring, MC Scott? Is it popping? High energy tonight, Lewis. You must be on amphetamine. The answer is no. The answer is no, and I don't support the use of drugs that I do not have. I don't know what I've missed, though. What have you missed? I don't know what you missed. Mossov. What does that mean? I knew a guy who got sacked from inquiries for using a different accent for each call. Well, nowadays they don't even have. Is there inquiries? Is it part of the telephone company inquiries? Victoria Newland, yeah, her and John Bolton helped orchestrate the Orange Revolution in the Ukraine in 2014. That's when it started to provoke Russia. Good documentary by Oliver Stone. It's a much watch. Ukraine on fire. I could believe it. You know, I could believe it. I'm not a big fan of Russia, but I'm not a big fan of Europe either anymore. British imperialism was replaced by the Commonwealth. Yeah, which means that the Commonwealth imperialized us. Once upon a time, Britain took over the world. Now the world has taken over Britain. Yeah. Ruben says the Commonwealth. Well, the Commonwealth was the hope that the Queen had, was saying, look, if we all get together, we'll be as big as America. The EU is the same kind of thing. It's like, if we all get together, we'll be as strong as America. Was it forced upon us by Americans? I'm not sure, Ruben. They've all got the same accent now. Yeah, is that you're making a joke? Yeah, what is the accent? It's not a British accent. Reality now is the U.S. supports us hugely. Well, they want, remember, I mean, Britain wants to support England. They want to support England. America does? Do they? Do we? Did America? That's the world we live in, says MC Scott, and it makes me feel safe. So screw what folks say. Argentina is going after the Falklands again. Why don't they just go back? Why don't they all just go back to Spain? Well, because there are lots of Italians. It's a multicultural country, Argentina. Lots of Italians, Spanish people, French people. There are lots of Welsh people and Germans living there. Separate private companies, I think. My mom used to be a telephonist back in the day. Is that the one who used to put the wires in? They used to tell them all to do nothing for an hour each day because the government were paying less money. So they said to the telephonist, instead of complaining about the money, just take an hour and do less. And that's a fair deal, almost, maybe 2 hours. You and James O'Brien on Big Brother would be interesting, yeah. Well, I screamed at people when I was on the TV. I'll never be on the TV again. I guess you got to come to terms with it. You know, I am a Hellcat. I am a firebrand. I am wild. Am I wild? I'm asking you people, am I wild? They speak Welsh in Argentina. Yeah, they do. They got that town up there in the hills. I love your accent, Lewis. So sexy. New York, New York. New York, just like I pictured it. We should call for a referendum about this ID. Yeah, we should. I mean, will that help, a referendum? You know, will it help? It's not going to help. Something else. I don't know what can help. Thank you very much, Brian. I'm a breath of fresh air on TV. What about here? Are we on TV here? No, I don't think we're on TV. Lucy comes back. U.S. is bailing out that fraud Malay, because he threatened to join BRICS. Well, that's what big countries do. Big countries do. America needs to be the sole currency, kind of, right, Lucy? What do people think about what Lucy said? I had not thought about that, but I'm thinking about it now. New York. I would say it's pronounced Y-A-W-K, York, talk. When you come from New York, you talk like this, D-I-S. So why do they think they own the Falklands, Alan Williams? Because you get it in your head, it's yours. Why do the Palestinians think that they're Palestinians? Because you get it into your head, and then there's no talking them out of it. There's no talking them out of it, and they think that their religion is the best thing around. There is a petition on the government website, Kermit. So there's a petition, beautiful, Donna. I looked at Argentina to emigrate to house. Prices are cheap, cars are cheap, restaurants are cheap, 97% white European Christians. Yeah, it could be nice, but, you know, they're a country that's inherently messed up. It was founded by Spanish Jesuits, and there's an elitist people there, people with huge farms. I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But when I started to do the deep dive, it transpired, this is what Donna says, that Buenos Aires already has implemented a digital ID. Yeah, they were a left-wing country because they're run by an oligarchy, basically, an oligarchy, and they've had a lot of years of police state. You know, I guess. I'm not sure. I got to be careful with what I say because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a comedian who thinks I have an opinion. I'm not as smart as I used to be. Am I as smart as I used to be? I don't think I am. But who's thought about emigrating to Argentina or anywhere? A good YouTube channel is Jeff Buys Cars in the Midlands. Not just cars. He will know you from GB News. He gets views. A good YouTube channel. Well, I'm not Jeff Buys Cars. I'm not that guy. I think I know who that guy is. I'm not that guy. I'm a radical guy. I mean, I wish I could control myself, but I can't control myself. But thank you very much, Brian. Geography, Alan Williams. But they never had a claim to it, and they were only ever there during the conflict. Right, exactly. They just thought it's close by. I was looking at the map of Galapagos Islands. And so why is it part of Ecuador? Good question. Ruben, has anyone else fired up their boilers up to keep the house warm? Ruben, I'm going to tell you who has. Southwark Council. The council has. They've had it on for like weeks and weeks. Weeks and weeks, because it's council money. They're taking your money to heat up for supposedly social. For me, basically. Has anyone else fired up their... That's what Ruben says. Prices are cheap here, Lewis. A 3-course... Where are you here? Where are you, Claire? Okay, where are you? A 3-course meal is £10. Where are you? Where did you say you were? Okay. I'm pretending I don't know where you are. That seems... Okay. We need radical people on the right now more than ever, says Civi. We do, but we're not advocating physical violence. We're not. We're just saying we've got to start screaming. First, we start screaming. And I think that march was a scream, which was brilliant. Civi. Good to see you, Brian Mansfield. Common sense, people. My heating came on yesterday, Ruben. There's a central effing thermostat that I can't control. It was horrified. Yeah, similar to where I am. I've got all the heating units turned off, but it's really hot. And girls like hot weather, and they like to come to my apartment if it's cold. So maybe you'll say, did you ever meet Russell Brand? Yes, I did. I met him once. I mean, I don't know. He's not going to remember who I am, but he's the kind of guy who might know who I am because he's the kind of person who watches everything and knows everything. Aye. My ears are picked up for 3 courses for a tenner, says MC Scott. That was Claire. Lewis, I'm in Jaén province. How do you pronounce that? Inland Indonesia, Spain. Thank you very much. Indonesia. How do you pronounce that? The Argentines claims it because the Spanish left a plague there during the war of their secession around 1702, I think. Therefore, when they became independent, they tried to claim it. The truth is, we don't believe in the plague. The truth is, I mean, nobody owns anything, really. Who's going to decide who owns everything? The United Nations? Anyway, Claire, so you're eating half of you don't eat very much. And that's why you make me feel guilty all the time I talk to you. I'm screaming right now, says Lud. The neighbors are sick of it. My heating is on my phone, along with my digital ID, no doubt. I have put it on a couple of times for 15 minutes before I get a bath. Or if I'm up early. I need T-shirts drying. Yeah, I put the fan on if I need the T-shirt to dry. Lucy, I think she's talking to me. Your ex's show, their heroes of the week were the people who protested the rally you were at. Yeah, well, that's, yeah. Is that who it was? Was that on last night? Lucy, was that right? I mean, of course they do, because, women... I'm not getting angry, Lucy, but thank you. That's nice to know. I appreciate that. And that show, I'll put a plug out for that show. You can listen to 3 women, Blanche and Lisa and Rose, over on Resonance FM. What time are they on? I forgot what time they're on. Bragging. I've got a bath. Does Kermit say he has a bath? I've got a bath. Joodles. Lots of Brits in Argentina, about 10,000. Yeah. Well, will they be arrested? In this war. As per the last 2 consecutive years, heating will not come on one jot this winter. Is that true? Won't come on. I mean, I smash electric in the wintertime. Well, they made it so it's so expensive here. Ruben says, I only have a shower. I would love a bath again, especially during the wintertime. Okay. If you want to watch my friend's show, Rose, Lisa, and Blanche, go to Resonance FM. Go to Mixcloud, Resonance FM. Mixcloud, Resonance FM, 7 p.m. Wednesday. I mean, I should listen to it. I think, I mean, fantastic. It was 9 years before that, the last. My boiler froze. What was it was? What was it was? Who are you talking to? Daz is back. Probably America asking Argentina to wind us up so they spend more money on defense. Well, you should spend money on defense because we've got enemies in this country. So money should be spent on defense. You know, maybe we wouldn't even need defense if we didn't have our little pink meaning Britain, pink everywhere. But that's a good point, Daz. Maybe America is doing that, but you don't know. I went to a restaurant last night, Ian Hague says. The waiter said, "You remind me of a pepper pot." I said, "I'll take that as a condiment." Okay, that's a funny little aside. I'll take that as a condiment. Okay, Joodles comes in, and I love Joodles. My flat was built as a disabled one. I have this enormous shower. I'm considering sealing the door and filling it up. Me too. What, filling it up as a bath? What does it mean as a shower? Putting a shower in there if it's such a large shower? I actually went to a disabled toilet shower in Jimmy Savile's hotel in what is that place called? Not Marylebone. What is it called? Jimmy Savile's place that he went to. Who remembers the name of that? Up in where that hotel was for disabled people. Back when people were disabled, basically. I have no bath, only a shower because of my prosthetic leg. Okay. Well, if you lose weight, you'll grow it back. If you stop being on carbs, you'll grow it back. We won't be going to the Falklands. He won't even defend the British Isles, says Steve Cuff. There could be truth in that. Maybe that's why. Maybe they see an opportunity to do it. Maybe he wants to be seen as a patriot. Malay. Good point, Steve Cuff. The jealousy's hanging out of me, Kermit. Okay, it jumped ahead, so I've got to go back a step. It's not jealousy, it's envy. It's envy. It's not jealousy. If Lewis Schaffer's in your bathtub, you could be jealous of that you're going out with Lewis Schaffer. But a bathtub makes you envious. I think that's true. Is that true, everybody? I once had an Argentinian chef, says Ruben. His family worked for a very high-ranking Nazi who escaped. Yeah, they had a lot of them back then. Stoke Mandeville, thank you very much, Brian Mansfield. That's right. I was in that hotel there. And I never used it, and they put it on reserve, and I went back with my ex-girlfriend at the time. And we were the only people in the place. It was so spooky. But it was big. It was big, and it was in the country, and I like that. I like going to places like that. Daz, Stoke Mandeville, that's right. It was a hospital, but there's a hotel there. See if there's a hotel, anybody. See if there's a hotel. Alan, what the hell are they playing at? This is not on. Can't you just play the crop card? No offense meant. I'm disabled, and I was in a wheelchair for 10 months. Yeah. I mean, I'm not against the disabled, but you got to be in a wheelchair to be disabled. I meant I'd run my own bath, you filthy beast, Kermit. How are they getting a fight then? No, it was not. No, she was. No, she was my real girlfriend at the time. I wasn't a great boyfriend. I was a bad boyfriend. Hotel Broadmoor. Yeah, that's the next step. They'll put a hotel at Broadmoor. I mean, they put a lot of hotels in ex-prisons, which is good, because I don't believe in tearing down buildings. Is that your question, Lucy? Amazingly, they'll regard staff as similar to being catering staff, says Scott. Is that, I don't know what that means either. Donna says, Ursula von der Leyen just said in her State of the Union speech that the EU need more power to control people's speech. 1984, here we come. Well, they believe in total control, Donna. They believe in it. I mean, I like that I'm talking now like this. It feels good, but who knows how long this will be able to continue. Maybe I'll get a letter. They'll saying, you said something that bothered people. Maybe somebody is listening in on this thing. Yeah, maybe they'll get on our case. But remember what the left is. The left stands for control. It stands for lying. It stands for murder, I think. Am I allowed to say that? I'm currently using my sofa, but my wheelchair is on standby. Okay. Let's all be healthy. Let's be strong and be healthy. And then we won't need wheelchairs. We won't need to call ourselves disabled. We'll be able to fight the enemy. Good will win over evil. Let's just hope that that's the case. They never win themselves, the left, because communism is untenable in whatever country it's in, whether it's in Europe, in Venezuela, in Nicaragua, in Cuba. You know, half the people have left Cuba already. I think Lewis wants you to grow another leg. You know what? Make one leg strong enough. You only need one leg. I'll be back in a second. I'm getting some water. Hello. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. God help Generation A. That's what Ruben says. Okay. The clock is ticking for us all, unless our country stands up for all of us. Remember, our MPs work for us, or the U.S. Yes, they in theory, they do. They don't, because they're all appointed. They're all appointed because people in this country blindly vote for the party. They blindly vote for their party. And they've got their party, so don't say that they work for us. All those people. How many times, I'm going to ask you people, how many times did you vote for Labor because you're a Labor voter? That's what you are, no matter who's in charge. Like those black people in America voting Democrat. They vote Democrat. Those Democrats have done nothing for them, nothing good. It's been just one swift downhill from the Democratic Party. What is the crop card? Does that mean where you cut your leg off? Lewis hates it when I talk about my disabilities. It totally ruins his flow. Yeah, because I can't be cruel. I like being cruel. I know I'm not too cruel, but I mean, I like being cruel. Well, I always forget this, Alan. I don't like to remember it. Are you fat? Are you eating a high-carb diet? What disabilities do you have? How did they cut off your leg? Okay? You've got to stop eating carbs, as I do. It's not easy. I gained a kilo yesterday. Look at how fat my nose is. I look horrible. This is a horrible camera. Yeah, no, it's interesting to discuss disabled people. My mother was disabled. In a way, disabled. She was in a mental hospital. That's pretty disabled when they got to cart you away to a mental hospital. When you try to run over your father and try to kill him, you're disabled, okay? Okay. Did you hear that Yoko Ono, according to Ian Hague, once got arrested for bathing her husband outside? She was washing her dirty linen in public. That's an interesting joke. I don't hate it when you discuss your disabilities, Alan Williams. I don't. I don't hate it, but I hate it when we sit there and it's like it acts like a mystery. Why did I get disabled? Why? Why did I get disabled? That's where we are. This can I just tell you something? This stream is the best stream. It is the best stream because we can actually talk about things that is important. And I am fearless. I'm going to restate that. I'm not fearless. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I am stupid for talking like this. People who have diabetes get it from eating a high-carb diet. Don't tell me anything else, okay? You are quite right, Donna, says Vatanai. Vatanai is here, but it is hard to get through to some people. Unfortunately, there is a soft pro-Euro middle class who think being run by the EU would be better. Of course they do, because they're the beneficiaries of a state which has no industry, which no one creates anything. Okay? You know, that's why this soft Euro thing. Pro EU is pro communism. The EU is a communist enterprise. Look what Angela van der Leyen said. I don't know what she said. I'm just repeating what was said here. But that's what they believe. They believe that they need more control. They need less free speech. That big mommy over there, that she is a person who's, I don't know whether she's done anything. I've never done anything, but I know. Anyway, Alex says 250 people a day get signed off for anxiety. Well, how much is that in a year? That's about 80,000 people in a year for anxiety. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm anxious. Am I anxious? I'm pretty anxious. Yeah, thank you, Kermit. Press the like. How many people have pressed the like? The like is the thumbs up. Press the thumbs up. Press the thumbs up. Press the thumbs. Hold on a second. I'm going to see how many people we've got here. Okay. Only 27 people like it. We've got to get above 35. Can we please get above 35? If you just go and press the thumbs up to say you like this thing. Go and subscribe just to make sure you've subscribed. Okay? Most of my old friends were anti-Brexit. And they think I'm nuts. Yes, same with mine. Same with Lisa and Blanche. And maybe not Blanche. You don't know about Blanche, but Lisa and Rose. They believe in being part of Europe because they're communists. I mean, do they want to be called communists? Well, that's what they are. I shouldn't say this. I'm being horrible. She's going to read this thing and says, "Oh, you call me a communist." I don't know if that's the truth. Darklands says, "Good to see you, Darklands. I suffer from anxiety. It's called life." Yes. It's called life. It's very, very scary. What about Rumble then? Yeah, I'm going to have to go check out Rumble. I'm going to write it down right here on my sheet of paper and then never look at it again. Okay? Rumble. So MC Scott has been a little head up dealing with the council today and yesterday following marriage and stuff. All in hand. Thank you. Is that a joke or is that, I don't know, Alex. Anyone who actually suffers from anxiety and mental health would rather get treated than sit at home, which makes it worse. First of all, you can't get treated for anxiety and mental health. It does not work. The talking cure does not work. The pills don't work. You can't get treated for this thing. Okay? There's no treatment. The only thing you can do to make yourself better is to just take responsibility for your life and to stop being on a carb diet. Okay? Alex, just stop the carbs. I have schizophrenia and anxiety. I only leave the house if I'm someone else. Well, that's not what schizophrenia means, but I understand. I have a split personality and anxiety. I only leave the house if I'm someone else. Okay. And here comes Lucy again. Lucy says the EU is not communist. The Russians are still Bolsheviks, though. They are communists. Of course they're communists. What do they support? All the communist ideology, which is the state, the big state, telling England, which tells the local citizens what to do. That's what communism is. It's like we're all in this together, but there happens to be one guy up top who's making a lot of money, who's walking around in all the limousines that he has. Lucy, I disagree with you. The decision maker, who I finally spoke with, we finally gelled fine. What did you do, MC Scott? I missed what you were doing with your house. What are you doing? Alan Williams says this. Lewis, be cruel. Why do you think I come here? Don't worry too much. No, I'm not fat. In fact, my leg keeps falling off because I'm too thin. That's a fake leg. You've got a fake leg. But why did you lose your leg? Let's talk openly. Why did you have your leg cut off? Yeah, then that's your job, Joodles, to tell me what's going on, because I don't remember. Charizameta, good to see you. We have not seen you in about 2 months. Welcome back. The EU absorbed loads of commie countries, where some of them brought their old ways with them and ended up cronies in the EU. It's not that those countries are commie countries. I'm saying France is a commie country. Germany is a commie country. Spain, these are commie country. The EU is a commie. It's a commie idea, Charismeta, but it's really good to see you. Thank you for everybody. Let's give Charismeta a round of applause for coming back. I appreciate that so much. That's not what communism is. It is. Communism is feminism. Communism is socialism. Communism is globalism. That's what communism is. The average EU supporter understands nothing of how the founding acts of the EU were hidden behind the French and from the French and German public. The CIA encouraged the EU so it could be used to manipulate Europe. And the CIA became a communist country too. What does that have to do with anything? Russia funded the BLM. Of course they did. But so did George Soros. So did the communist left fund the BLM. I'm against it. I don't like Russia either, okay? So I don't get it. The far left are communists who are close to Russian right. But Russia attacks Ukraine, which they don't complain about. But when it's Israel, they call it genocide. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's figure what you're saying here. It's too long a sentence. Okay, this is what Alex says. The far left are communists who are close to Russian right. Then you Alex, punctuation. Charismeta has been busy. Well, thank you for coming back. That's all that matters. Charismeta, thank you for coming back. I remember you, and I'm really happy to see everybody. Welcome Charismeta back. Maltese Phil says, and Maltese Phil is back today. So he's doing great. Blackadder. But the EU is good as economic idea, but not as a political sense. Politically, there wasn't horrible things, but as a shared market, they work to a satisfactory degree. I agree with that. Make it easy to sell things in other countries. That's about it. That's all you need. France is already Islamic. Yeah. The EU is terrible as an economic idea. Ask yourself why we don't have huge tariffs on Chinese goods to protect jobs there. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you're saying, but that's maybe. In my opinion, bribes and corruption. We should have open trade, basically, with free people. But if they're not doing what we're doing, we should have tariffs and be controlled. Of course, the EU is a communist state. What? Yeah, of course it is. WTF? Yes, they're a communist state. against America, and America wanted them against Russia. I mean, people can have different conflicting views. If Russia or China fund anything like BLM or LGBT, says Daz, I still believe it's our fault for allowing it to happen and our own people accepting the bribes. That is exactly true. That's exactly true. If that, you know what I mean? They should be punished for funding them, but we should punish our own people for taking their money. Russia did not fund the BLM, and that is total bollocks. That's what Donna Aylesbury says. I mean, I think you'd find more local funding, and the fact that they wanted those riots to happen in America. Hold on a second. Let's see. I'm missing something. Sticky blood, DVT, not fat. I was a smoker, though. That's what Alan Williams says. Well, I'm going to give you the cure, which is low carbs. Low carbs. No carbs. Don't, because you have a bad day, don't say I'm going to get a piece of pizza and then get rice and then get plums and then get melons. Don't be an idiot like that. Oh, that was me. That was me. Lucy, I think Lewis uses communist and broadly means the government tendency in the EU Parliament is socialist and interventionist. Yes, Fontenay, yes, that makes it a bit simpler. When you're thinking of communism, you're thinking of like Russian communism. But there's communism in America. The huge amount of money that is being spent on Social Security and on healthcare. The NHS is a form of communism. Okay? Did you see the Ukrainian girl who was murdered by a black man? Yeah. By a black man. Had a Black Lives Matter poster on her. I did not hear that. I did not know she had a Alex. Yeah. People are stupid. They're so stupid. On the EU Parliament in Brussels, they have a huge sign saying democracy in action. Democracy in action. Democracy, in action. Yeah, that's funny. That is funny. Who said that? Let me just give them credit. Kermit. Always good. Donna Aylesbury. The EU is sucking the individuality out of each European country to create a super state. Yeah, that's what they want. They want we're all Europe. Yes, destroy Britain because they hate Britain. Does the EU hate Britain? They didn't want the EU as part of it, did you? You didn't. And a lot of people were happy when you left, except they wanted the British money. Yes, Fatanai, like he says, feminism to express the fact that women exist. No. Feminism is the idea that women are as good as men in everything. Feminism, and I don't say feminization, that, that we're all equal and nice and we've got to be polite to everybody. I don't think that. No, I don't think that, Jules. I'm sorry. Though you are very feminine and I love you. Back TRL, folks. Much love. Good night. Peace. Okay, don't say goodbye anymore. MC Scott, I'm not warning you. I'm reprimanding you. Do not say goodbye. No one says goodbye. If you just go, we'll miss you. We'll miss you. She didn't. That was a fake, says Lucy. It might be a fake. I never heard of it, but might be a fake. Lucy's right. She didn't have that poster on the wall. But she could have. She could have really easily. I'm not sure a Ukrainian girl would have that. I'm having sweet potato fries because they're healthy. They are not healthy. They are relatively high in carbs, sweet potatoes. And they're fried. What are they fried in? The oxidation is horrific. Do not have sweet potato. Do not have sweet potato fries. I am not fat. You are on high carb diet, which is what causes all health problems. You can say, Lewis, you're crazy. I don't even know why I'm listening to you. You can say that to me. I won't get mad. Charismata said, Steve Cuff walked into a glass picture frame at 5 a.m., pissing blood everywhere. Had to bandage it myself with duct tape. Right, not duct tape. That's good, duct tape. And drive to the hospital faster than an ambulance. And worried about bleeding out. When did this happen? Well, we've got to be careful about that. We've got to be careful. Be careful. I moved ahead, and that's wrong. Let me go back a little bit. Okay. Yeah, you're probably easier to drive to the hospital, probably, or get someone to drive you to the hospital. Do you know that the only country that followed EU rules was the EU? No one in the EU gives. Yes, they're all in debt. They're all in debt. The EU is not good for England. England is an empire. Rule Britannia. Lucy says, the Ukrainian girl, she didn't have a picture of Black Lives Matter in her room. Try drinking bicarbonate soda daily, Alan Williams. Every other day to begin with. If there are no adverse reactions, go daily. Don't. What is bicarb? Don't do that. I don't even know what. I've looked. I looked into that. I forgot why I don't do it. Magnesium and low carb. Okay, stitched up with glass in the foot was twice the size when I woke up. Had to go back to emergency surgery for the next day. FML. Yeah, the hospital. It's horrible, but you probably were treated very quickly if you were bleeding all over everything. They saw you immediately. You know, I almost had a stroke, or maybe I didn't, but they didn't. There didn't seem to be a rush. I was there till 6:00 in the morning. George Floyd, the incident was all fake, says Donna, carried out by Central Casting, run by the CIA. Look it up. It's possible. You can't believe the CIA. I grew up believing the CIA. I grew up believing the FBI. And then you find out. Sweet potato is good for pancreas, though, Lewis. Why? Why is the sweet potato good for pancreas? That when you believe that, Alex, then you're believing the drug industry. That they believe that there's tiny little things, whether you eat it in a plant or whether you get it in a pill, can cure you. And I do not believe that. This happened in 2015, I think, Charismeta says. I had a similar situation with my hand. I got stitched up and had to go back to remove the glass again, get drunk, and push through a first-floor window. Luckily, landed on a pile of sand. Well, that's good luck, Steve Cuff. Glass is very dangerous. I guarantee you, if they invented glass today, they probably wouldn't allow it. They'd say it's too dangerous. I say to Steve Cuff, post-war, the electrical system in the EU is deliberately anti-democratic in the hope a popular right-wing group could not take control like in 1930s Germany. That is what elite fears. Oh, electorals, not the electrical system. The electrical system in Europe is deliberately anti-democratic in the hope that a popular right-wing group could not take control. I could believe that to be true. You should get Stephen Allen on the show as a guest one day. I'll write that down, Stephen Allen guest. I like Stephen Allen. Stephen Allen guest. I like that a lot. I like him. Okay, yeah. Some doctor at 5 a.m. clearly not paying attention, although apparently difficult to see glass on an x-ray. Can you see them at all on an x-ray? You know, I mean, what do you have to do? You got to dig in there and just feel around. It was also 6:00 by the time they saw you, Charismatic. I think the second time probably because you weren't bleeding as much. You were just swollen. Sweet potato balances glycemic. It doesn't balance glycemic index. And that glycemic index is a load of, because it's just not the glucose. It's also the fructose and also the other stuff, which helps control diabetes and reduces the risk of C. Garbage, Alex, garbage. Controls diabetes. Only one thing that controls diabetes, and that is to make sure you've got enough insulin and make sure your body isn't being taxed because you're eating too much carbs. Edges, apparently. What is the edges? The EU uses Target 2, T2, to make payments from central bank, like an IOU. France, Italy, Spain, Greece all owe money to Germany. It's insane. Yeah, I don't think they expected that. I think the reason they set up insulin controls diabetes. To a degree, it does. It lowers your blood sugar. But if you're having too much sugar, your body produces too much insulin, and then it breaks, and then you get type 1 diabetes because your insulin breaks, Ruben. I know a lot about this. Anyway, I don't suppose the Germans wanted the EU because people were quite angry of them because of what happened in World War II. What happened in World War II? 2 trillion euros or something. That's how much the Germans are owed. I can understand, Charismatic, that they could be quite upset. It's true, the electoral system, the ECHR, and the fear of another Holocaust. Yeah. Well, they should have been afraid. They look at how many millions of people were killed. And not just Jews, but millions of people were killed. Just round them up and kill them. Round them up and kill them. Well, that's what they're proposing for Israel. Round up the Jews and kill them. Round it up from the river. Round it up. I think this show has been quite good. Has this been good? I've been alert this time. Yesterday, I was in a really bad mood. A really bad mood. We've had some people we haven't seen that much. Charismata, we haven't seen her. So that's been brilliant. That's brilliant. Who else? Lucy is coming out with her political beliefs, which is good. I'm not angry at her. Brian Mansfield is new to here, which is really good. Really, really good. We've got 36. I don't know how many viewers we have. We've got. Have you gone and liked it? Have you pressed the thumbs up button? Can we do that? Can we press the thumbs up? Can we do that? Can we do that? Lewis always seems to be in a bad mood. Yes, I'm in a bad mood a lot. I shouldn't be that way. I'm happy to have you here. Because we're talking about things that make me angry. The whole thing, Dullahan. Dullahan is here. Good to see you. You've been there too. Okay, hello, Dullahan. Who else? Make sure we check the like button on the page. Can we do that? Can we check the like button? Let me see how many we have. We're at 34. That's so good. Let's try to make sure everybody, that's really good. That's how we show support. Alan Williams. We'd all like Stephen Allen on the show. That's a great idea. Just leave him on his own for a bit to handle the chat. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm not perfect. 07, Lewis. What does 07 mean? Charlie D. Archive. Good to see you. Charlie D. Have I met you before? 4 thumbs up. Have you been here before, Charlie D? We got a lot of Charlies, so is it you the Charlie we used to know? Okay, well, what happened there? What happened there? Did I miss this thing here? Ruben. So do I. My papa was a diabetic all his life. 2 jabs a day I used to administer from 9 years old. Well, how did he get it to be a type 1 diabetic? How did he get that way? He got that way. You start out by being a type 2 diabetic. Your kidneys overdose. Not enough insulin. So you have to inject insulin. This is what I believe, Ruben. I believe this. Anyway, Charlie D. Archive. Welcome to the show. The financial system still managed to make money from both sides in the war. Shell, Ford, to name but 2. Well, some well-known companies benefited from the NIZIS. These people have not gone away. No, they don't go away. They don't go away. They don't go away. They don't go away, no. And do you think they're not going to go away? Maybe. Is someone asking Charlie D. Archive a question? Okay. Who are you? Where are you from? Are you fat? I'm having carbs with my carbs tonight. Go ahead, have carbs. Lose your feet. Lose your feet. You want to be fat and you want to be in pain, or you want to be like Lewis Schaffer. I had a bad day. I'm back on track as of today. I'm not going out. I'm gonna have some, maybe hamburger or something, maybe some lamb, maybe some lamb. Papa was a rolling. Okay, you're not going to say who you were. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to unfriend him immediately. I'm not even going to wait this time because he reminds me of somebody else. So I'm going to unfriend him. Steve is basically a lefty, but I think even he's seeing the light. Yeah, how can you not see the light? You know, have some McDonald's. I do eat McDonald's, but I have it as I have a triple cheeseburger without the bread. Without the bread. He fell down the stairs onto his bicycle that his dad earlier removed the saddle for repair punctured his pancreas. Okay, well, that's a good excuse then. That's a good excuse. But unless you have something like that, you can't say, oh, I have an autoimmune thing. Yeah, he was funny, but fundamentally wrong on the biggest germicide in history. Who are you talking to, Donna? Oh, you're talking about Stephen Allen. Yeah, he's a whatchamacallit. Stephen Allen. Yeah, I mean, he's Mr. Science, but he's so wrong. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, Steve, no. Steve Cuff, no. No. I almost signed up for a trial of the Jenna Institute for AstraZeneca. Missed their email back when I trusted vaccine firms. Yeah, we all did. You don't have to feel embarrassed about it. We all did. I would have taken the vaccine if it had come out before I had it. Afterwards, after I had COVID, whatever. It doesn't even exist, COVID. I mean, people got sick, but they got sick from the flu. But there was no special COVID germ that goes from one person to another. Anyway, Alex, imagine Tatiana Sanchez as a guest. Yeah, she's lovely. I don't know. I've never heard her speak to me. She's never spoken to me, so I don't know. Immigrants are eating swans. The Met investigated missing swans back in the 2000s. Yeah. Don't unfriend me, Lewis. Why not? Why shouldn't I unfriend you? You're not being open and honest with us. We have somebody new in the group. How do you know me? How do you know this show? And why should we not unfriend you? I'm one of the least likely to unfriend people. But I definitely had it bad with my asthma, extremely painful lungs. But I had a similar thing back in 2012. Coronavirus has been around for 8,000 years. That is not true. People want to believe that there's no such thing as a coronavirus. There's no such thing as viruses. It's not. You can't spread it from somebody. It doesn't cause you to catch a cold. It doesn't. The vaccine made me more ill than actually having COVID. Yeah, because you injected a lot of this stuff into your into your bloodstream, Darklands. Good to see you. The fewer the carbs, the more feet you'll have. Lud. Yeah, you will have an extra foot. I had one, and that was it, says Steve Cuff. You've told us you're walking the dog. Lewis must be walking around like a spider. Yeah, I've got extra feet coming in there. I'm innocent. Kara's met a second time. I had COVID. I draw a red wine through it and only lasted. Hold on a second. First of all, you have asthma. Why do you have asthma? Asthma is irritation, causes inflammation, causes disease. Why do you have asthma? Are you coughing? Are you on a high-carb diet? Are you on a high-carb diet? Answer the question, Charismata. Mark the Rosian here. Half Armenian is here. Good evening, everybody. Great to see some new faces here and some of the regulars. Everybody, welcome back. Judel says, half Armenian. Steve Cuff says, hello, Mark. I was in bands. That's who I am, a drummer. How did you find out about this stream? Welcome back, half Armenian. Yay. So Judels is excited to see you. Okay. I was talking to you on a Dixie stream the other day. What is a Dixie stream? Oh, is that a Discord stream? Had it since I was 5 years old. Yeah, you were probably fed a high carb diet. You coughed, and then they said, "Oh, you've got this." Next thing you know, you hooked on medication for the rest of your life. It's a scam. Asthma is a scam. Asthma is a scam. They're all scams. Oh my God, I'm bad. I'm really bad. I'm sorry, Charismatic. I hope I'm not wrong. I got lucky. I had 2 AstraZeneca jabs before I learned the truth. If you survive 6 months after AZ, you probably are okay. Now I don't take any medications. Pfizer is lethal. Well, you know me, Vatanai. It's lethal. I'm trying not to take any medication. I can confirm that Charlie the Archive is a drummer. Okay. All right, well, there you go. Well, is he a normal person or is he not? Most cats have some kind of coronavirus. That's a lie, too. It's a lie. There is no such thing as coronavirus. Cats can catch the flu. They can get sick and all that stuff, but so can anybody. But I can also confirm that Romanthus was called a... Let's try not to out people. Unless they've already outed themselves. Kermit, but that's good. Doesn't feel like a scam. Of course it doesn't feel like a scam. Real diseases don't feel like scams, but they're scams. Asthma nearly killed me twice. Yes, it's still a scam because the way you cure asthma is by going on a low carb, low seed oil, low toxin diet. Red meat and eggs. I believe that. Oh, Nick Dixon, Kermit says. I think Pfizer is good. For the only thing. Pfizer is good for his little blue pills. Yes, we know what you're talking about. We know it. Alex, I've been traveling around Italy the last few weeks, so unable to get here, but hopefully I can be back on a bit more regular now I'm home. Well, welcome home. Welcome home, Mark the Rosian. Daz comes in and says, my uncle, cousin, and auntie all died of cancer shortly after the jabs. They got diagnosed around 3 months after they were dead. Not the same family. Yeah, well, that's one of the things they do. They blame the same family. They blame genetics, which is a lie. Cancer is a scam. I'm not saying cancer doesn't exist, but the way you stop cancer is by being on a low. I'm sorry if I'm so boring, but this has to be said. Low carb diets and cancer. Follow Dr. Thomas Seyfried. Follow Dr. Thomas Seyfried. Well, let's get back on track. I've lost a few of you people. Doodles comes in and says, I've got past you just on the Super HHI. Please do feel free to take another 3 weeks off whenever you like. I hope you had a fantastic time in Italy. That's very nice of you. That's very nice of you. Mark, half Armenian, says, I never had the jab. Didn't feel like there was enough research into it. Exactly. Really bad stuff. Bad stuff. I believe olive oil is okay. Most olive oil is corrupted with other toxic seed oils. It oxidizes really fast, and it's not necessary. The ancient Greeks and Romans didn't eat olive oil the way they eat it today. Okay? So I'm against olive oil. I put up all the stats up the other day. Where did you put it up? Can you go to Twitter? Where is Twitter? Can we be on Twitter, people? Here's Twitter. Can we be here on Twitter? Lewis Schaffer. Can we go to Twitter? Or write it down at least. Can we go to the to subscribe. Can we throw Lewis Schaffer a bone? Can we throw me a bone, please? So I feel like, so I'm happy. Can we throw me a bone? Can we throw me a bone? Okay? Can we throw me a bone? Can we also, what else can we do? We're gonna end the show in about 10 minutes. Okay? Can we also go to Patreon or go to Ko-fi, Ko-fi. Most olive oil is fake, Maltese Phil says to Kermit. Yeah, it's fake. It's fake. And it has that flavor to it, which it makes you think like you're eating meat or something. That's why. Olive oil doesn't need refining to be safe for human consumption. No, it doesn't. But it has bad stuff in it too. It's like, what do they do with rapeseed oil? Bad stuff. Bad stuff. Olive oil is fine. It needs to be a single source and organic. It's not, maybe not super toxic, but it's not great for you either. I eat animal fat. I eat animal fat. We've been lied to about olive oil. That's a lie. No plant oils are great for you. Olive oil maybe is one of the better ones, but it's not. It's not. I'm pounding the table. I don't have any of it. I don't have it in here. I use lamb fat or beef fat. That's what I use. I use butter. If I fry with butter, I make it into ghee. I make it into, what do we call that? Clarified butter. But people believe that olive oil is the best oil. Olive oil, the best oil. If it makes you happy to believe that. If it makes you happy. There you go. Everybody, go to X. That's really good. Thank you very, very much, Kermit. Go to Discord. Thank you, Kermit. Go to Buy Me a Coffee at Ko-fi. This is the way you can keep this thing going. So we can say, you know what? They demonetized me. Cheese string. Okay, so there we go. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. So this has been all right. I think this show has been one of our best shows ever. You people have been amazing. Coconut butter is supposed to be good for things too. Same thing. It's a plant oil. No, you don't need to make coconut butter. You don't need to. It all depends if something is safe to eat or needs refining before. Most seed oils were used for cleaning farm machinery, not for food. Exactly right, Kermit. Kermit's agreeing with me. They used to put it on their skin to make their skin glisten, but even then that's not the right thing. But Kermit is right. Does low carb and high fat make you grumpy and starving? No. What makes me grumpy and starving is I gained a kilo and I don't want to be fat. So if you're thin, like beautiful Claire, she's not grumpy. She is not grumpy. Coffee's not good either, but I drink coffee too. Lewis, says Mark, I had some wonderful steak in Tuscany. Florentina T-bone and cooked blue. Wonderful. Well, it sounds good. I eat beef brisket, which is the cheapest. Try using Outbrain to advertise. The ads go into major websites. £10 for 30,000 views a day. Outbound. Is that what you're suggesting we do? So this thing can be so successful. The problem is we've got 36 viewers and the people who are writing this thing right now. It's enough. I mean, I'm happy with this. Outbrain for viewers. Okay. There we go. For viewers. Charismeta. What kind of name is Charismeta? Okay, so Discord. Buy me a coffee. There we go. We're doing good. Lewis, try chuck roll, slightly fattier than brisket. Okay, chuck roll. I've tried all those. I buy the cheapest. I don't know. Is there such a thing as chuck roll in this country? I'm not sure there is. YouTube say that I don't need any views. Vatanai, I don't need any views. I need people to participate in this thing, to say this is interesting, to be interesting. Mostly for you guys to be interesting. You don't have to say that I'm interesting, but you need to be interesting. Am I right? She did. What was, do you remember what her name was? Remember, Joodles, you are young. You're not suffering from early onset dementia like I am. You know your stuff. What did she say? Charlie Darkive, I had 41. Yeah, that's a good number. And you know what it is? It's not like it starts here and it goes down. It stays at a level. It's really good. And we've had some amazing people. Cheapest is swan or goose from your local park. Ask the migrants, possibly. 68 isn't early on. No, it isn't. I'm 68. It isn't early on. Maybe it is. You're saying I'm old. It isn't early onset. Maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm old. Don't laugh at him, Joodles. Don't laugh at him. Don't laugh at him. The most I've seen is 54 people in the stream. Yeah, it was last week we had 54. I mean, 41. You know, yeah, 41. So let's go over the list of the people who've been here. MC Scott, great. Alex, great, even though he disagreed with me. Steve Cuff, great. Lucy, I'm not going to say anything nice to her. I say things nice to her. She just doesn't care. Joodles, I say nice things to her. She does care, which is what I like about Joodles. Alan Williams, fantastic. Blackadder, brilliant. Vatanai, Maltese Phil, welcome back, Maltese Phil. Don't think you were not missed. You were missed. People were always asking. Ruben, good to have you here. Really good. Kermit, who's been an amazing help. Amazing help. So everybody give Kermit a round of applause. Shanks has been doing a great job too. He wasn't here today. Donna Aylesbury, whose political beliefs I agree with. I pretty much agree with. Alan Williams, always brilliant. Daz, same thing. Same thing. These are the people who are helping. If I don't mention your name at the bottom, say, what about me, Lewis? What am I, chopped liver? Just, come in there and say this. I think I've kept my energy really well. After yesterday, I was a bit bummed out. I don't know why I was bummed out. Don't know why I was bummed out. Okay? Alex, sweet potatoes are not good for you. They're not good. They're not as bad as regular potatoes, but check out how many carbs. Let's see. Steve Cuff, big participator, always big. Dullin came late, but he's been lurking, but I'm glad you're here, Dullin. Dullin made a contribution to the Lewis Schaffer Fund, which I really, really appreciate. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. I got 1,000 people here. We've got 30. We're on every day. People say to me, why are you on every day? You shouldn't be on every day. Lud, fantastic. Lud is also huge contributor to the Lewis Schaffer, to this stream, to keep it going. I do appreciate it. Okay, Charlie the Archive. He's a drummer. Please come back. Please come back, Charlie the Archive. Who else? That's basically Maltese Phil. I think that's pretty much everybody. It's been great. So say goodbye to everybody. Say goodbye to everybody. Are your posts being censored? Am I censoring your posts, Vatanai? I don't think I am. I hope I'm not. There's not a bit of negativity me towards you. Not a bit. So I don't know what you've said. Let's see what you said. YouTube say they can spot fake views. I read that. Didn't I read that? My chat about jabs keeps disappearing. Is that your chat here? Is that your chat here? I don't like that. That means I can't see your chat. That's why we have to fight. We have to fight for free speech because it's stuff that we're not able to see. We're not able to see, and we want to see things. It's not that we're not able to speak. It means we're not able to see. We are not able to see. Okay, everybody. One more time before we go. Make sure you're on Twitter. Can you see being on Twitter? Lewis Schaffer, can you see that? Can you see that on Twitter? Yeah, make sure we're on Twitter. There we are. Lewis Schaffer, at Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. I put all, it says top chat here. Live chat. My thing says, do I have to put live chat everywhere? Everywhere. So everybody go to the stream, press the thumbs up. Don't make me ask again. Okay. Duck or goose fat? Yeah, quite good. I guess. Discord. Remember, you're on Discord. Everybody go to Discord after this if you still have things to say. You can post it. You can post it on Discord. You could send me a message on Discord. You can, don't overdo that though. You can go to you can like this thing. Let's see how many people we have liking. What's going on here? Okay. This is not showing up here. Maybe in the future, we'll do a show about like live streams that I watch. We'll do something else. Let's see what's going on. Oh, look at this. Okay, there we go. Someone did. I don't know who did. I think it was someone did a live stream about Lewis Schaffer. So we'll have to see that. Okay, let's go to. We're gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna say goodbye. Time to go. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Okay, I did not see that. Vantanai. I didn't see. We'll all invite you to the Chinese Elvis thing. Okay, we'll do a Chinese Elvis thing. All right, I'll catch you later. Everybody, I'm saying goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Bye, Blackadder. Bye, Vatanai. Bye, Alan Williams. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, Kermit. Great job, Kermit. This has been the best show